There we go. Got it partially opened up. I've just been focusing on all the hemlock and balsam, all the smaller ones that are garbage. Trying to get a hole opened up right here. And I got another hemlock way over there. I'll dump kind of right where I'm standing, right between these two here. This snag here. Kind of leaning this way, but I think I can wedge it the other way. Whoever opened up this hole up here, they dumped everything down this way. I could see what they were doing. They opened up a hole up into here. The face was down there and they opened up a hole right in here for shade, right? But problem is, this tree here is leaning out that way. Same thing with this snag's leaning out that way, so it's gonna cross this wood. Unless I can maybe fall it also down. Can I do that? Yeah, okay, I can fall that one down. It's not ideal, but it's not ideal if everything was still standing, because I'd prefer to lay it out side hill, but just the way it is now, that's what I'll have to do. And same thing with that one, I'll have to dump that one down. Yeah. But I don't have enough fuel for that. What I'm gonna do, I might have to change my plan. What I'll do is I'll go over there, fall that hemlock, go fuel up. Actually, I'm gonna get a bunch of saplings down, then fall that hemlock, fuel up, come over here, take these two trees, and then have a nice big opening here. Well, maybe I'll get that one too. Get that one and a couple little ones here. Then have a nice big opening between my work there for the last couple days and my partner's work here. They're around the corner now. They started here this morning, but then they jumped around the corner. Oh, I see there's the other leaf patch right there, some orange ribbon. So that rock right up there, that's all leaf patch. I see. Okay. And that big one there is probably coming this way somewhere. I'll probably have to, because if I throw it straight side hill like I normally would, I'm gonna smash into these logs here. So I'll have to angle them down too. I'll probably throw that one right down into here. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys here in a bit. Okay, now on to this one. This one right here. So I'll put the axe right here, and I'll put you guys right here. Gotta brush it out yet. How much battery? Oh, it should be alright. Yeah, it's leaning that way. We'll try and swing it same spot as the last one there, so I'm not crossing wood up. I'll have to see how solid it is and how it looks here. Ah, this shade is so nice. Oh yeah, she's hollow. Wanted to pinch me there on the low side. There's a couple techniques you can use to get it cut, finish your cut without getting pinched. Just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and put a couple extra cuts in to relieve the pressure. And it usually does it. Yeah, good, right hollow. They did kind of cross a little bit, that one log, but I don't think there's any secondary breakage, so that's all right. Yeah, right hollow, eh? A hole in the middle there. I'll get some slabs out of that. Cedar's so valuable. Even slabs they'll take. It's worth so much money. So if you think it's not a solid round piece and the other parts of the world they think it's garbage, actually it's not here. They'll take it. It's worth so much money. Yeah. Okay, so now I got those two opened up. I got a hole all the way through now. From there, all the way out to there. I got a big hole all the way through. So I'm going to focus on, let me think, what I might do is while I got shade in this side, I'm gonna work this side for the rest of the day or until I run out of shade. And then tomorrow morning, what should I do? Maybe even in the morning, I'll work this whole face in the morning until I get in the sun, and then I'll jump over on this side, and then I'll have at least some shade. Because there's just a strip of trees here. There's not much. I'll save that for tomorrow afternoon. So I'll have some more shade. We're forecasted for, I think, 2 more days of sunny weather, and then we're going to get some cloud. And we're supposed to get some rain, but it's looking like we might not get very much rain. So, but as long as it's cloudy, then we're not roasting in the sun. Okay. Okay, you got this one here. I'm going to throw it right towards that tree right there. I think that tree is far enough away. That tree's leaning this way. Now if I put this one down first, it's quite a bit smaller. If I put this one down, that one down first, then this big one behind me, it'll just smash that one to pieces. It'll just break in half. So I'm going to follow the one behind me first because it's bigger. And then I'll follow that one. And I'm pretty sure it's far enough away. Yeah, and then I go from there. So that's the plan. Yeah, my cuts didn't line up at all. Well, I think the camera was crooked this whole time. Got some sawdust on there. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my cuts didn't line up there, so I had to chunk it out in pieces. That's pretty off, quite a bit off. Got a big, tall vertical surface there. My cuts didn't line up. But it didn't take long. Okay, right there. Wonder if I should cut up the middle. Maybe I will. I'll cut the middle out from the undercut here because it's pretty solid. If there was a hole in there, I wouldn't bother, of course. Oh yeah, there was a little hole. Just a little one though. Okay, here we go. A nice breeze now. Oh, it feels good. Wow, that worked great. That worked great. That was an easy one. Laid it out perfectly. to the right of that one actually. Worked out great. I know exactly where my aim is. Yeah. What do we got here? Not that big. It's like 7 foot. Oh no, 6 foot. 6 foot. 6'7". Over here. 6'7". Yeah, good size. Of course, easier when it's hollow. I didn't really need to cut the middle out because it was a lot more hollow than I thought it was. I could, from the undercut, it looked like it's just a little pocket, but actually, that was just like the front, the edge of the big hole there. So, yeah. Okay, I got to buck that. And I can probably buck all of it in the shade. Haha. Okay, got about half an hour to quitting time, so I'll get this bucked up, then I'll get a bunch of little stuff to finish off the day. I'll finish it off over there in the shade. Oh, and there's my partner. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to check out spinpan.com for my gold pen and invention. Woodboss.ca for the power wedges. These things. I'm designing myself. Got them made myself. Like a thinner taper, right? So it makes wedging easier. It's better lifting power. And trigview.com. And I'll see you guys next video. Yeah, so I was thinking I'll just film myself walking out to the pad so you can see my trip back to the pad. And I'm going to pack out a mostly empty gas and oil jug. Now, I think I got another partial one at the pad. I'll combo them up. Yeah, and then I'll bring another one in tomorrow. I'll just have a backup. It's always good to have backup. So my trail doesn't start until the other side of my quarter here. So I'm going to do a bit of a bushwhacking, maybe some log walking here. I think I'll do that instead. Until I get to my trail. I'm going through all those trees there. Pads on this side of those trees right there, but I got to go around. So my trail is. Hold on a sec here, I gotta adjust this. Oh. There we go, okay. And I gotta lemon top this cedar. I just felled this cedar, and the hemlock over there. I bucked the hemlock, but then it was quitting time, so I'll get this cedar here in the morning. Jump down to this one. Guess we'll be doing a little bushwhacking here. Not much. Where is that walk log? Just over there. Maybe I should have stayed on that log. Yeah, I should have stayed on that log. This log is staying. It's too small, too many limbs. Doesn't have enough value to fly it out. I think the big chopper that flies all this wood, I think it's like $10,000 an hour. Or more now. Okay, I got a sapling in the way. Here's my walk log trail. Got a top on it, I'll have to clean that up. I'm going to be working this way tomorrow. I'll be way over there at the snag. See that snag leading up the hill? I'm opening up a hole for that. That's what I'm doing. And then once I get that down, I'm going to take a strip back all the way back to this far side over here until it gets too hot in the sun. And then I'll jump over to the right and get a strip of trees over there. And then, and if it's still too hot, it'll probably be the next day. I got this side here. See a shade in here? So I'll save this shady spot for when it gets too hot. I get the first couple hours in the morning until it gets too hot over there. Probably 2 days from now, probably. And then I'll jump over here, spend the last half of the day in some shade. And then the third day, 3 days from now, we're supposed to get some cloudy weather. And then after that, we're supposed to get some rain, but the forecast has changed a little bit. It was like a high probability of rain. Now it's like 30% chance of rain. Even if you just get a light drizzle, enough to cool you down. Yeah, so normally I'm faster, but I'm talking to the camera, but normally I'm hiking out here a little faster. Oh, itchy, hold on. Itchy. Bugger. Oh, I cut myself. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Cut my arm. Just a little one. That tree's gone eventually. I'm saving it because it's in the shade. Okay, turn the camera back around. That's right. Now this walk log here might break. It didn't land how I wanted it. Stayed on that stump. I thought it was going to drop down. But now it's way up in the air. So it's probably going to break when I drop something else on it now. Unfortunately. I fell up for a walk log. Get across this pile of wood here. So it's nice and quiet when there's no saws running. You can tell I'm up pretty high. You're 15 feet up over there. How bouncy this span is so long. You get walking and you get bouncing. So there's my trail ribbon, blue trail ribbon. Marks my trail. So if I get hurt, you know, and they gotta pack me out, right? It's gonna be like 5-6 guys. They pack me out in a stretcher. So if they gotta get to me quick, and those guys are kind of come and help me. I've never been out here before. They can just follow the marked trail, right? And ideally, you want to make a trail that you can pack a stretcher out on, which is rare. Such broken ground. The trail changes quite frequently. So, and if it's a long ways away from when the guy gets hurt to the helipad, if it's a long ways away, you need more guys, right? Because it's going to get tough. Because I've done it. I don't know, 6-8 guys packing this big guy out. And we had one guy go ahead and widen the trail out, and even then it wasn't wide enough. Half of us were hiking through the bush, plowing through the bush, trying to pack this guy out. You get tired quick. Okay, there's the other partial set. I'll put those two together. And I'm just going to sit here in the shade and wait for my turn. There's 3 guys over there. One of those guys is my partner. I'm going to do trips of 2 in the chopper. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's the, everyone gets to, whoever makes the pad gets to name the pad. And I made this one. So I named it Coda. That's the name of my dog. I got 2 dogs. Coda is the older one, and Tala. I named Coda, and the wife named Tala. Coda's like 12, Tala's like 2. Bichon Yorkie Maltese mix. Yeah, I'll show you the view. Is it ever quiet? I'm cooking. Okay, well, thanks for watching. See you next video.